you'd like to greet the person beside you, please turn to them, say, "Magandang umaga." Yeah, see, it's so nice to get a good greeting with a nice smile in the morning, right? So if you'd want to say that in Cebuano, that's maayong buntag. And if you like to greet the person beside you in Ilocano, you can say, "Naimbag nga bigat." Ako po si Bianca Gonzalez, and it is really wonderful to join all of you here this morning as we are about to kick off something that I personally believe is such a significant milestone for the country. So I'm thrilled and honored to be welcoming all of you to the first ever Google for Philippines event. Yay, Google Philippines! Woohoo! See, you're all part of history here right now. We are all part of history. So ito po ay ginawa ng Google para sa bayan, para sa lahat. That means for the country, for everyone. Right, Sir MVP? Para sa bayan, lagi. Okay, and because we want everyone to be a part of today's event, we have put up a YouTube live stream video to reach even more audiences. So please do share the news that they can log on to YouTube. And you can also please share the photos, the news that you will see here for today. If you will post it on social media, kindly use the hashtag Google4PH. That's Google number 4PH. Okay. With over 100 million people in more than 8,000 islands in our archipelago, one of the most important things we Filipinos need is really to stay connected, a reliable internet connection. So connecting and staying connected with loved ones across mountains, across seas, is really a challenge, right? And I know you will agree from experience that getting online on the internet, it doesn't only sustain connections, but it also opens many doors of opportunities for all of us. So we have connections and opportunities. These are just two of the key things Google Philippines has focused on in developing solutions to improve Filipino lives. And today, that's what we are all here for. You will hear about what they have put together, the products they are launching, the programs they're announcing to address the pressing need for connection and opportunity. You will be hearing 6 exciting announcements from Google Philippines. Muli, para sa bayan, para sa lahat. Please watch this. To call to the stage Google Philippines Country Manager Ken Lingan.
Thank you, Bianca. Maraming salamat. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Ay kami nagagalak at narito ko ngayon. Alam nyo, dito sa Google Philippines, it's really a special event for us. And this, as I said, this is our first time that we're doing our first ever Google for Philippines. I would like to give a warm welcome to our special guests. We have DICT Secretary Eliseo Rio. Thank you for coming. We have Cabinet Secretary Carlo Nograles. We also have Civil Service Chairperson Alicia De La Rosa Balaf. Maraming salamat. Thank you for coming. We also have DTI Undersecretary Ruel Barba and DOT Undersecretary Arturo Bongcato Jr. We also have many special guests from the different various government agencies and of course, special guests from our industry partners, and also a lot of our members of the press who are with us today. I also want to take this opportunity to recognize my fellow Googlers. Can I see the Googlers in the room? A lot of them are here today. Many of them actually flew from different countries to be with us here today. So maraming salamat. Thank you for coming. I hope you will enjoy our beautiful country. And of course, thank you again for joining on this momentous occasion. Google's mission is to organize the world's information to make it universally accessible and useful. And as a Filipino, this mission really resonates deeply. If there's one word in our mission that really strikes a chord, it is the word universal. Google builds products not just for the rich, not just for the privileged few, not just for selected countries. We build products for everyone. And we really believe that technology can really play a big role in improving people's lives and, of course, our country positively. That's why our theme today is para sa bawat Pilipino, para sa bayan, para sa lahat. Today, we're very excited to share with you product and partnership launches that will showcase our ongoing commitment towards our mission and, more importantly, our ongoing commitment to the Philippines. When I was growing up as a child, one of the biggest investments that my parents made for me was a set of Britannica encyclopedia. I'm sure people would remember these in your living room. And it was a showcase in our house. It was perhaps the most expensive item in our house. And both my parents, by the way, were ordinary government employees. So you could just imagine how difficult it was for them to make that investment. But both my parents also believe that access to information and knowledge are critical to get ahead in life. And we have seen today how technology is changing the game and leveling the playing field. The same information that you could get from volumes of these books are now available with the palm of your hand and with the press of a button. We've now seen also the same kind of quality information that a student from Stanford or Harvard could get. It's the same kind of quality of information that a public university student could get from Cagayan or from Davao. Because of the internet, information today is not just for the privileged few, but for everyone. And looking at the Philippines, we've really been amazed of the progress on how much our country has digitized, and more importantly, how much Filipinos have really embraced technology, particularly the internet. You know, just in the past 5 years, the number of people who have gone online has more than doubled. And if you do the math, more than 500,000 Filipinos are coming online every single month. If you just take the number of Pinoys who have come online in 1 year, it is even more than the population of Singapore, right? So this is really exciting. But the real revolution is not just about the number of people who are coming online, nor is it about how much time we're spending online. What is truly remarkable are the amazing and inspiring stories of how technology has really made an impact on people's lives and how this has positively impacted our country. First, the internet has really made it easier for families across the Philippines to connect with one another. And more importantly, for the millions of overseas Filipino workers, it is an opportunity for them to stay in touch with the people that they love. Second, the internet has made it possible for students and Pinoys from all walks of life to access learning beyond their classrooms. It has also become the gateway for entertainment that they love. In fact, it has inspired others to even showcase this talent globally. And lastly, the internet has created opportunities for businesses, be it large or small, to be able to access their customers and make them discoverable and even being able to transact with them. With the internet today, every business will become a global business. In the past few years, our country has experienced unprecedented economic growth. And we would want to sustain this by building a strong foundation of inclusive growth, where every Filipino can participate, can contribute, and benefit from this economic growth. And we believe at Google that technology can really play a critical role to making this happen. And we at Google Philippines are truly committed in doing our part. You know, for the last 6 years that we've been here in the Philippines, we've constantly been striving to look for ways to get the best of Google's technology and services in the Philippines. And this fundamentally starts by creating technology that could work for every Filipino. You know, more and more Filipinos today are going on search to find information online. If you look at the number of searches, which has the near me on the search, it has more than doubled in the last 3 years. If you look at YouTube, Pinoys today have used it as a platform to showcase their creativity. And today we have an amazing, thriving YouTube creator ecosystem here in the Philippines. You know, the number of, we now have hundreds of YouTube creators with more than 100,000 subscribers each. And the number of YouTube channels with more than 1 million subs have grown 2.5x in the last 1 year. With the launch of Street View here in the Philippines, the rest of the world could now see the beauty of our country. You could now immerse yourself and see the majestic beauty of the Tubataha Reef, or perhaps scale the summit of Mount Pulag. In 2013, we launched Cebuano in Google Translate. So anyone now could be able to translate information from Cebuano to any other language and vice versa. We have also launched applications and features that cater to what we call access-constrained users. So we have launched apps like Datali and Files, which now make it easier for Pinoys to manage their mobile data or perhaps manage what the limited storage that they have on their smartphones. Even in crisis response, Google Maps has been instrumental in coordinating relief efforts, especially with all these natural disasters. In the aftermath of deadly typhoons like Yolanda and Ondoy, we've seen that a number of Filipino volunteers have used Google Maps to put crucial updates, information like people who are missing, road conditions, and information where they could send relief goods. So I could say that in the last 6 years, it's been a fulfilling and amazing journey to really bring the best of Google here in the Philippines. And I would like to thank Philippines for connecting with us so deeply. Now, as we look ahead, our vision in Google Philippines remains to be the same. We want to harness technology that will connect every Filipino to boundless opportunities. And we are very excited on the things that could open up, especially in this new digital economy. We run a study with Temasek across 4 key verticals: online advertising, online travel, e-commerce, and ride-hailing. And this report showed that the digital economy in the Philippines has grown from $1.9 billion in 2015 to $5 billion in 2018. But that's not the big news. The big news is we foresee this even accelerating to $21 billion by 2025. And this is just a few years from now. And I think we should all be excited on the immense, massive opportunity in front of us in terms of this digital economy. But we would want every Filipino to take part in this. We want every Filipino to take advantage of what digitization could really bring into our country. However, there are challenges that we need to face to be able to overcome this. And for us at Google, we see these challenges as opportunities. So what are these? First is, even though we've seen how much our country has digitized, we still have 30 million Filipinos who are not yet online. And when we dug deeper, most of them, the cost of the internet is still simply beyond their reach. Second, there's an opportunity to connect Filipinos to jobs and skills, training that will help them secure not just additional income, but also employment. Despite the growth that we have, we still have one of the highest unemployment rates in the region at 5%. And we're one of the countries as well with the lowest gender gap. However, we all believe that a small gender gap doesn't mean that there's no gap. You know, the GNI per capita of women here in the Philippines is 40% lower than that of men. So it begs the question, how can we use technology to be able to bridge that gap? How can we use technology to upskill women so that they could have access to more opportunities? Another big opportunity we're seeing is how can we help our small business? We've all heard how MSMEs have been the backbone of our country. Micro, small, and medium enterprises contribute almost 99.6% of all businesses in the Philippines. They employ 63% of our workforce. And of course, we are also contributing 25% of total exports. But when we did a study, we found out that businesses which are online are 2.4x more likely to grow and 4x more likely to export. But the sad reality is, only 1% of businesses in the Philippines have websites. So it really begs into question, how can we turn these challenges and turn them into opportunities? We're here today at our first ever Google for Philippines event because we believe that we can harness technology to take on these challenges. We believe that we can use technology to help uplift the country and really benefit every single Filipino. Para sa bayan, para sa lahat. And together with our global and regional colleagues, we are very excited to share with you a range of product launches and product partnerships that are designed to take these opportunities under 3 pillars. The first one is access. How do we help still the remaining millions of Filipinos who are not yet online to enjoy and experience the internet? The second one is about helpful local content. How do we provide Filipinos with the tools that will help them maximize opportunities as well as productivity? And lastly, how do we digitize businesses, particularly the small business, with giving them all the tools possible to maximize their growth potential? So I would like to end by sharing with you this image. This is a painting from Botong Francisco, which clearly encapsulates the spirit of what we're trying to do here. As much as it takes a village to raise a child, it also takes a village and a strong Bayanihan spirit to uplift the Philippines and take our country forward. At the end of the day, I hope you will find opportunities for us to connect and collaborate and see how we could all contribute to nation building. Lahat tayo ay may pagkakataon upang makilahok para sa pagsulong ng ating bansa. Para sa bayan, para sa lahat. Maraming salamat. At this point, I also would like to take this opportunity to invite our DICT Secretary, Eliseo Rio, to give his keynote message.
My colleagues in government who were already introduced, may make a special mention to the most valuable player in the industry. Of course, I'm referring to Chairman Manny Pangilinan. And, and of course, I have to greet Rajan Anandan for making this affair, the first ever to be done by Google in the Philippines, successful, and with a big help, of course, of Google Philippine Country Manager Kenneth Lingan. So, distinguished guests, Google executives and officers, colleagues in government, friends, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am elated to represent our President in this first ever Google for Philippines event. I believe this is your fourth month, no? Google has been here for several years now, but they transferred to a new office in Makati, and I was there to inaugurate it also. And this event is to officially expand the operation of Google here in Manila and, of course, the whole Philippines. And I'm excited, as everyone is, that one of the world's tech giant company has in store for our country, and we saw a glimpse of that. Well, since I'm here in Google today and tomorrow is Valentine's Day, how about I try a pick-up line? Huh? Google ka ba? Okay. Because when I met you, the search has now stopped. No. So, for you who have no date, for you who have no date for tomorrow, there's still time for you to use that pickup line. No? Well, indeed, the search is over for the Philippines because we have now applications and partnership of the various agencies of the Philippine government and Google. With the Duterte administration going full steam ahead in employing chains in our country, Google has been pretty much helpful in contributing to national development. This newfound collaboration worked out in driving digitization of our MSMEs, empowering our Filipino women, and creating opportunities for our workforce. Of course, this initiative will be extended in our efforts to improve our overall internet landscape. We have to admit that our internet landscape has much to be desired, no? Much improvement has to be done. And this is where basically the government will come in. For 20 years since the two dominant players have been operating in our country, we still lack infrastructure because of red tape from the government, and this is exactly what this present administration will take care of. For example, we badly lack cell sites. No? Our tower density is one of the lowest in the region. We are about 0.4 tower density compared to 0.58 of Vietnam. And we were ahead of Vietnam in rolling out our GSM. And basically, the problem is our government. No? And we are correcting this. We are now instituting the common tower policy. No? First time we are doing it in the Philippines. Towers and other passive telecommunication infrastructure like dark fibers, ducts, poles. These are added expenses right now for the telcos. Building a tower would require, I think, so much investment from the telcos that it robs them of putting this investment on their core business. It is to provide very efficient, fast, and reliable telecommunication services. So with the common tower policy, we are removing that headache from the telcos. There are now 8, and soon enough there might be even up to 10 common tower providers who will come in now to the country. In fact, we have signed MOUs with them, and they are right now talking with the telcos. No? They will bring in their own investment to a tune of around $4.4 billion US, freeing our telcos of such capex no, on their side. They will bring in thousands of jobs, and they are going to operate and maintain these passive infrastructures as long as there are telcos that will lease this from them. No? So this frees the telcos from the capex and OPEX related to passive telecommunication infrastructure. And this is the first time we're going to do it. Of course, there is somewhat a learning curve here. The first time, other countries have done it. and we are actually taking the best practices of other countries, but it takes a little time for our telcos to catch on. No? And given time, we will all realize that this is good for the countries because Vietnam, Malaysia, Indonesia, India, all of these countries were a little behind us in rolling out our GSM infrastructure, but they are now way ahead because they adopted a common passive telecommunication infrastructure. No? So, the president, of course, part of his campaign promise, we all know this, was to improve telecommunication in our country. And basically, a great part of this has to be done by the government, and we recognize that now. And this is one reason why we are coming up with policies that will eliminate these problems that has been with us for about 2 decades now. No? And connectivity, rolling out access to our internet, making them available to our people is, as what we have seen here, very important for the development of our country. We are starting with a Tech for Ed program where we actually roll out in our national broadband plan, connecting all barangays to internet. Soon we will have the Facebook gateway, so that cheap and fast internet connectivity to the outside world will be available to us. And this will be available also to all telcos. To give you an example, for example, a few weeks ago, our president visited a fourth-class municipality in Masbate. No? We were able to put fast internet connection in that municipality through the National Broadband Plan. And there was one there who gave a testimony that he is now earning 200,000 pesos in his spare time, no? Because he can now make up website and design and animation to countries that needs them, especially South Korea, United States, and things like that. So we have now a new term for OFWs. Now, even now, Filipinos have to go abroad to earn US dollars. Our number one dollar earner in the country. No? Now, if we can just improve our connectivity, our internet speed, just like what was described here, then our OFWs need not go abroad. They can be online Filipino workers, and they can earn dollars even in far-flung places as the Masalang, Masbate. No? So imagine the income, the unemployment problem that will be solved by this. And this is where our telcos will play a big role. Infrastructure, let the government help you in putting up the infrastructure. What will be more important will be your core business in giving fast, reliable, and inexpensive internet. No? This is what our country needs now. This is what could really catapult our progress as soon as possible. So, there are still plenty of trials to look forward into this. And we are actually going on a path that is still uncharted, no? But of course, with Google Map, we can have some focus in the direction. But as we face the fourth industrial revolution, where content is the most important, is the fuel, no? The information is the fuel that will drive now our economy, then the contribution of applications like Google, Facebook, applications that would be more Filipino, no? Because most of our applications comes from abroad. They are in servers outside of our countries. We should have our own application so that our citizens will be enticed to subscribe to internet, to fast internet. And what are these applications? Well, aside from what could be done to the internet, we can have an application where our citizens can work at home, no? Or our children can study part of their lessons, part of their academic program at home. This will not only solve our traffic problem, because the two main sources of our traffic problem are work, people going to work, and people going to schools, no? People going to small meetings. All of this can be done if we have fast, inexpensive internet connectivity, no? People would rather pay Globe, Smart, and the third telco subscription costs than to pay the jeepney or the bus or the MRT and suffer 1 hour, 2 hours of traffic, no? Imagine the traffic alone in Metro Manila is estimated by JICA to cost us 2 billion pesos a day, no? That money could go to our telcos. That money could go to our content providers. It is just a matter of, so we have the money for this. We are actually throwing away 2 billion pesos a day in traffic, no? In Metro Manila. This money is available for the telecommunication industry if we just give the services that the people need. So with that, I greet you Happy Valentine's, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Secretary Rio. Google Philippines is making a big step in connecting Filipinos to the internet. To talk about this, please welcome Mahesh Balerao, Global Director for the Next Billion Users Initiative.
Good morning. My name is Mahesh, and I'm happy to be here today on this momentous occasion for us. This is the first ever Google for Philippines event, and I'm very pleased to see you all here today. On a personal note, this is also very special for me because Manila is like home. I come from Mumbai, and Manila is very much like Mumbai. Same buzz, great people, and the food. I personally love Arroz Caldo a lot, which makes me look forward to come to Manila more often. But I'm here today to tell you about what Google is doing for the Philippines as a part of the Next Billion User Initiative. We know at Google that next billion internet users are not going to come online from US or Europe. They will be coming online from countries like Thailand, Nigeria, Indonesia, and of course, Philippines. And they want the same things from the internet as everyone else and are often faster to adopt new technologies. But we've seen they may also face some unique challenges in getting connected. First, they need devices that will work well. And the second, they need accessible and good quality internet connection. Let me address the first need. We know that people use variety of smartphones that are built at different specifications. We saw that some of our products did not work really well on the devices that are 1 GB or less on memory. We wanted to ensure that Google applications and services that are available to everyone on any type of devices. That's why back in 2017, we created Android's Go edition. Go is a configuration of Android that has been optimized for smartphones that come with 1 GB or less memory. With Go edition, smartphone users will get more storage out of the box, and at the same time, the applications that we've built will perform more efficiently, even on a less optimal connections. We also rebuilt some of our Google applications, which are most popular, that now come pre-installed on the Android's Go edition devices. They are designed ground up to address the local needs that users have. Let me talk about one example of it, YouTube. YouTube is a very popular application in Philippines. 85% of Filipinos that are online watch a lot of videos, especially the how-tos and the education category. In the last 3 years alone, learning and upskilling categories content have landed in the top 5 categories that are most watched videos in the Philippines. With Android Go, YouTube is now optimized for watching content offline as well. So you can actually enjoy your videos even when you're not connected to the internet. We call this particular application YouTube Go. And we are thankful that we have global and local manufacturing partners around the world like Nokia and Samsung, as well as local partners like Cherry Mobile and MyPhone, who has done a wonderful job in bringing devices that make the Filipinos get the most out of their devices. The second part of the access challenge is connectivity. By that, what we mean here is getting people more open, free, and high-quality internet. Many Filipinos across the archipelago still struggle to connect to internet due to the cost and infrastructure issues, as Secretary Rio mentioned. Access to the internet on smartphones on a daily basis is even more challenging when it comes to outside of Metro Manila. We've spoken to some of the people a few months back, and this is what they had to say about what internet connection really means for them.
Internet, kailangan ko yan araw-araw. Ang problema ko lang, di ako makakonek parati.
Here in CTU, nami internet, maputol. Kundi maputol as in literally gakamang.
Sa Wi-Fi data is 30 minutes lang, which bitin kaayo.
Kasi sa amin yung nagdadala ng packet Wi-Fi, pero doon kami nag-share para hindi kami makakagastos.
Minsan mabagal, minsan naman mabilis. Depende sa usage ng ilang tao.
Dito sa amin, mapili lang kasi ang lugar na maka-internet ka. Mahirap lang kasi yung signal at saka napakagastos din.
Kung magkakaroon ng free, fast, and unlimited internet dito, okay yan. Maraming makikinabang doon.
Kung may internet po kami na free and fast, hindi na po namin kailangan pumunta sa mga malalayong computer shops.
Pwede ako mag-reply sa customers, pwede rin ako mag-upload ng pictures. So it would really help in running my business.
Tawag ako pamilya at Isabela para kibida ko yari kapita at
Kung malakas lang ang signal dito at saka kahit saan ka maka-internet, pwede rin tayo maghanap ng mga buyer sa ibang lugar.
With a fast speed internet, lahat ng gumagamit ng internet ay binibigyan ng opportunity to be able to learn.
Kung kining mga bataa, mga Filipino children will be given more connectivity, therefore getting more opportunities. One Filipino generation can be uplifted out of poverty, and then the next generation, that will be a more progressive Philippines.
We at Google recognize these hurdles. And in fact, this is something we see a lot in even other countries as well. This is what makes us want to bring open, free, and high-quality internet connection to people. Back in 2016, under the Digital India Initiative, we formed a partnership with the Indian Railways and tried to bring and worked on bringing internet to railway stations across the country. In 2017, we took this project to Indonesia. In 2018, we've now launched that in Mexico, Thailand, and Nigeria. So far, we have seen the stories that show us how easy access to the internet can impact people's lives. One of my personal favorite, is the story of Akbar, who used Google Station at his university to self-taught software programming, and now is selling these software programs to pay for his tuition, as well as to support his family. Let's watch the story.
Saya Akbar. Saya lahir dari keluarga sederhana. Ayah saya sebentar lagi pensiun, saya pun harus bantu mencari tambahan untuk keluarga. Saya bercita-cita menjadi programmer. Alhamdulillah, saya bisa kuliah di jurusan Teknik Informatika. Selain di kampus, pengen juga kursus tambahan biar cepat jadi programmer. Tetapi biayanya mahal. Belajar dari internet, butuh modal juga. Pasang internet di rumah, uang dari mana? Kebetulan di kampus ada Google Station yang wifi-nya cepat dan gratis. Ya, sejam bisa download sampai 15 video lah. Saya bela-belain datang lebih awal dan pulang paling akhir supaya bisa download video tutorial sebanyak mungkin. Terus saya tonton di rumah. Alhamdulillah, peluang itu datang dari order kecil-kecilan bikin program sampai akhirnya bisa bantu-bantu buat keluarga lah. Buat bayar-bayar kuliah juga, buat bantu sekolah adik, buat modal usaha juga buat ibu. Bisa bahagia aja orang tua, bangga gitu sama prestasi yang saya capai.
Thank you. Every time I see this gives me goosebumps. These stories really inspire us, and that's why we've decided, or we're working very hard to bring Google Station, our open, free, and high-quality internet public Wi-Fi platform, to people in other parts of the world as well. So today, I'm really excited to announce that we will launch Google Station in the Philippines this month. Thank you. Philippines will be joining the other 5 countries that we've already launched this service. We want to thank SMART and PLDT team in the front row here, who has partnered with us to bring Google Station to Philippines. We also want to recognize our first advertising partner, Unilever, for coming on board and working with us on this initiative. Salamat po. Open, free, and high-quality public Wi-Fi is a crucial step in expanding connectivity in the Philippines. The vision that Filipinos will be able to get online wherever they are, and we are working on it. Google Station allows Filipinos from Luzon, Visayas, or Mindanao to connect to open, free, and high-quality internet. whether you are in an MRT station in QC or at a bus terminal in Cebu, and even at a university of Bukidnon or wherever you spend your time, you can get online for free. Google Station will be available in more than 50 locations by the end of this month across Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. We plan to continue expanding Google Station in the Philippines to all the smarts network across the archipelago in the next few months and continue getting more venues. From underconnected regions to high density places. So keep an eye on that. Open, free, and high quality internet can have very positive impact on people's lives. We strongly believe at Google that access to information and services can make people's lives better. Today is the first step towards connecting millions more Filipinos to open, free, and high quality internet service. And we are giving you our commitment to continue this expansion of Google Station not only in Philippines, but globally. Para sa Bayan, para sa Lahat. Before we go, it'll be honor for Secretary Rio, Secretary Carlos Nograles, Sir Manuel Pangilinan, and First Vice President for Enterprise Core Business, Sir Joseph Hendrano, to come join me and Ken for on the stage for a photo. Now, I would like to call in Simon, Google's Group Product Manager for Search.
Magandang umaga, everyone. Thank you for having me here. I'm Simon, Group Product Manager for Google Search. On Monday, I was lucky enough to meet a few Filipino users in their homes. In talking with them, I learned a new word, discarte. You may know it. For non-Filipino users in the audience, discarte means getting things done creatively and resourcefully. One user I spoke to had been saving for 6 months to buy his first smartphone. 6 months. It meant a lot to him. It was amazing to hear how his life had changed since he came online. From window shopping and dreaming about the latest sneakers and products, to how much time he saves by being able to get government information online instead of in person. It was incredibly inspiring to hear these real-life stories of people getting the best out of Google and the internet. Now, for users of search here in the Philippines, Google is their life ally. helping them get the best answers to information, whether it's new skills to earn a living, overcoming life's challenges, or simply finding tips on the most popular mobile game of the moment. It's inspiring and sometimes fun to hear how Google is helping Filipinos get the most out of the internet. Now, we know you're all mobile-first users. We also know there's so much more that we can do. So at Google, we want to help make information accessible and useful. I'm excited to share with you all how we're making Google Search better for mobile-first Filipinos, right here at our very first Google for Philippines. Now, beyond improving access through Google Station, which is awesome, by the way, we know we need to make it easier for users to find information regardless of their device, experience, and data plan. Today, I'm thrilled to share with you a new app that we've built for exactly this purpose, Google Go. With Google Go, we're reinventing Google Search for mobile. It's fresh, really fast, and personal, built on insights from new smartphone users all over the world, including right here in the Philippines. So, how is Google Go all about mobile? Well, we're changing the way Google works. So instead of typing into a box, this new AI-powered, all-in-one app brings the internet to you. Less typing and more tapping. So let me show you how it works in a live demo. No slides for me. Okay. So this is my Google home screen. It's a little different to the google.com that you may have used today. We know that our new users find our famous simple search box actually a little bit overwhelming. There's so much online, so what do you look at first? Well, Google Go has personalized information and apps that jumpstart getting you online just by tap, tap, tap. So when you search the internet, you immediately see the trending buzz of what others are searching for online. Let's take a look. From here, it's really easy for me to just tap and join in. As you can see, it's a great way to check what's hot online, and it's perfect for beginners. Now, of course, this is still Google. You can still type in queries. But on Google Go, we keep that typing to a minimum. As a newcomer to Manila, I've been wanting to try the food. Let's see how Google can help me find a Filipino restaurant. So I'll type Filipino. As you can see, as I start typing, these blue chips appear. I can tap Filipino, and then scroll through the options, and tap restaurant. What's cool about Google Go is that the results update instantly as you tap. I think Apu's, let me see, Abe's restaurant, that's 180 meters away. I'll check that later. Now, the more you use Google Go, the more we customize your internet to you, bringing the best of the internet with a simple swipe to Google's AI-powered Discover newsfeed. Now, this is my Google newsfeed, so it's customized to my interests. Obviously, I like tech. It'll be different for all of you. With Google Go, you can explore the web without having to type at all. Back to the home screen. The home screen features some of the most popular websites in the Philippines, like ABS-CBN News, Lazada, Shopee, and more. We all know, though, the internet is much bigger than just this. If I tap all apps, or swiped right, I get instant access to the most popular, fresh, and useful websites in the Philippines, organized into categories like entertainment, games, banking, and government. I can browse around, try out sites that I think I might like, and if I like it, I can tap to add these things to my home screen. So Google Go is your internet, all in one app. We even have our world-famous doodles hanging out, if you look closely. That's not all. We've saved the best for last. So we know that reading long web pages can be a chore, and that Filipinos like all of us, love listening to music on their smartphones and watching shows. So we're bringing the exact same convenience to the web. Let's load a page in Tagalog to give me a challenge. I was hearing about this story earlier today. In Google Go, you can just press, let me see, will it load? A quick refresh, give it another try. You know what? I'm having some slight technical difficulties, so I'll go back and I'll read a normal web page. There we go. So in Google Go, you can just press play on web pages and have Google read it back to you. Okay, waiting. We need better internet. Okay, let me give it a try. It could be my fault. I will just force quit there and give it another try. Okay, we'll give this one another go. No, that's a shame. I would love to have shared that with you. Anyway, a lot of these features that you saw me demo just now are made possible through Google's continued investment in AI. For example, it's what allows us to better understand your interests and provide a more custom experience. Okay, I'll end the demo there. So, Google Go is also fast and small and lightweight, working on phones with less than 1 gigabyte of RAM. It's only 5 megabytes to download. That's less than a single MP3. But most importantly, Google Go uses 40% less data to use the internet than other browsers. So regardless of device, data plan, or experience with the web, Google Go makes the internet simple and useful for everyone. Google Go comes pre-installed on all Android Go Edition devices. And I'm pleased to announce that we're making Google Go available today, right now, for everyone on the Google Play Store, Philippines. So, thank you. So if you do open the Play Store and do a search for Google Go, please give the app a try. Really looking forward to seeing what you all do with it. Now, I'd like to invite my colleague, Stacy, up on stage to share how else we're connecting Filipinos to more opportunities online with Google Search. Maraming salamat. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Simon. Good morning, everyone. My name is Stacy, and I'm the Search Product Partnerships Manager for Google Asia Pacific. I'm so thrilled to be back here in the Philippines. I was here last year in Cebu for an amazing scuba diving trip, and I must say your beaches definitely live up to the hype. But after my trip, it was actually the people who made the most lasting impression on me. Every Filipino I met was so genuinely friendly and eager to help me in any way they could, and always with a smile. So that's why I'm thrilled to be here to share how Google is going to help every Filipino in turn find the right employment opportunities. So a big challenge we've been working on the past few months is connecting Filipinos to the right jobs. We know that the Philippines is home to an educated and skilled, but quite young workforce across a wide variety of industries. 30% of the Philippines' workforce is millennials, adding 700,000 new graduates each year. Moreover, 4 in 10 Filipino millennials actually resign after the next 2 years. So finding a job for all of them that's meaningful is no easy feat. And we know that the local job search journey is complex, with no clear-cut path. How many of us actually knew what we wanted to do right after school? And I was lucky enough 2 days ago to chat with 6 young Filipinos in their homes. We were just chilling on their couch. We were chatting about what their skill sets were, their passions and their dreams. Some of them wanted to become business owners, managers, and one even a chef. So we know that finding the right job hunt experience, creating the right experience for each of them, needs to be personalized. But if you look at today's experience by contrast, they have to sort through loads of information from across the internet to find the right opportunities, all while considering a slew of different factors, from where is this job located? Is it close to my home? What industries am I interested in? How much am I gonna make with this job? And is the job I'm even looking at still available to me? So with the sheer number of job sites available out there, it's a lot to go through on their own. This is why we wanted to simplify the process with what we believe at Google we do best, using AI to help this process. So today, we're very excited to announce that this month, we're going to be launching Job Search on Google for the Philippines. With Job Search on Google, we'll make it easier for Filipinos to find relevant jobs online that meet their requirements as well as match their interests. With just a few taps, Filipinos can look for fulfilling job opportunities right here in the Philippines and even abroad. On Google, we were doing some research, and we found that the most popular searches for jobs were online jobs, remote jobs, and jobs abroad. That's why we've been working with several local partners to find those jobs and make sure they're available on Google search across these search terms and many more. And according to the Philippine Statistics Authority, in 2018, half of the working population worked in the services industry, closely followed by agriculture and manufacturing. Thus, when we launch Job Search this month, the experience will include over 500,000 jobs across these sectors and more. So we are so deeply grateful to our partners, many of whom are actually in attendance today, we're thrilled about that, who are working with us to bring these rich and detailed job listings right onto Google search. These partners include, please raise your hand, don't be shy, Caliber, Bayan, Jobs Cloud, the Department of Labor and Employment, and the Civil Service Commission. Thank you all so much. And we're really excited to be working with the government because we both share the same vision and goal of bringing employment opportunities to every Filipino. And from a technical perspective, all of the job listings across the government's agency websites are going to be accessible for everyone in the Philippines. So before I show you how this feature is actually going to work, I wanted to highlight 3 key features that we think will make the job journey smoother from start to final application. The first, Job Search on Google will help you explore and discover over 500,000 jobs from over 1,000 job sites. The jobs are in a convenient format for seamless browsing across desktop and mobile. Second, you can customize your search results using intuitively tappable filters that allow you to quickly hone in on just the job that you're looking for. And finally, we know Filipinos are mobile, so this experience will enable you to save jobs while you're on the go, whether you're commuting on the MRT or just relaxing at home. So whenever relevant new listings are populated for your job search, you can pick up right where you left off. All right, so let's try to find job openings for Girly, so I can show you how this experience works. Girly is currently working as an English teacher in Manila, but she grew up in Davao City, so she's gonna look for something a little bit closer to home so she can stay in touch with her family. With the job search feature, Girly can explore relevant jobs near her, or if she wants to input a specific location like Davao, she can do that as well. And so since she plans to move back to Davao, she's gonna search for jobs in Davao. This will populate a Google search with job openings most relevant to Girly, aggregated from the over 1,000 sites in our corpus. From here, Girly will be able to customize the results to refine her search. She has a lot of requirements, so she can filter based on category to find results based on her career interests, job title to filter by her work experience, location, date posted, job type, company type, and employer. So you can see the ultimate results will be very, very customized just for Girly. All right, so let's check the category and select education. I'll step aside. Location, let's input 10 kilometers. She doesn't want to commute too far. And date posted, something within the last month so she knows that the employer is probably still hiring for this position. Tapping on a job opening will give her a more complete view of the job, including a link where she can view and ultimately apply on the partner's website, a brief job description, and a share button. She's also got a lot of other friends looking for teacher jobs, so it's always nice to share this job posting with family and friends. And Girly can save this search by simply bookmarking the page, and she'll find all of this specific search criteria back when she's ready to apply for the job. And so this job might not be the exact right one for her, so when she goes back to the listing view, she can tap the alerts button to get email notifications anytime there are new jobs for school teacher openings in Davao. And this is just the first step. We're absolutely going to continue working closely with more and more local partners to increase that job count. 500,000 is a great start, but we know there's so many more jobs out there in the ecosystem. And we encourage all partners to increase adding their jobs online so we can connect more job seekers to your jobs that are available. In fact, from a technical documentation standpoint, all direct employers, big or small, can post their jobs online so they can surface in this new experience. And particularly in the Philippines, bringing jobs online in sectors like the services industry has been challenging. So we're excited to work together to bring these job boards and employers' jobs from offline to online and make them more discoverable for all the job candidates out there. And we believe we've been making great progress. Since we launched, we've launched in the US a couple of years ago. We've already helped connect tens of millions of people in over 100 countries find jobs online. So now that we are coming to the Philippines this month, we're so excited to see how this feature can help connect all Filipinos to fulfilling, meaningful employment opportunities. And finally, we'd like to say a warm maraming salamat to our launch partners who are here at Google for Philippines today. And I want to invite you all up on stage for a group photo. So come on up, please. We have Dexter Ligo from Caliber, Ralph Muncada from Job Bayan, Rex Irineo from Jobs Cloud, Secretary Silvestre Bello from the Department of Labor and Employment, and Chairperson Alicia De La Rosa Bala from the Civil Service Commission. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. Good to see you. There's my wife. Thank you. Thank you all so much for your partnership. Thank you all so much. Now I'd like to introduce my colleague Nika Arcilia, the brand marketing manager for Google Maps.
Thank you, Stacy. Good morning. My name is Nika Arcilia. I'm the brand marketing manager for Google Maps, and I am so happy to be back in Manila today to share with you some exciting updates that we're introducing to the map. So I've only been out of the country for 2 years, but I feel like already so much has changed. I was just here for Christmas, and I swear on almost every corner I saw an Uma, a Manam, a Korean barbecue restaurant, and a milk tea stand. And yes, I ate all these things right before going to the beach actually, so maybe not the ideal order, but it is what it is. I went to Siargao with my dad, and we were amazed that this island that used to only be known by the local surfing community is now teeming with tourists from all over the world, and it has so many new establishments. And it's this rate of growth, this rate of change, that has challenged us at Google Maps to innovate the way we make our map. Before, we would make our map by combining information from users, from third parties, and from operators. But today, we also use machine learning to recognize information from satellite images, which we then bring into the map. And when we do that, we're able to map more of the Philippines faster than before. You can see here how the Philippines has evolved on Google Maps over the past few years. In fact, in 2018 alone, we managed to add more than 12 million buildings in the Philippines to Google Maps. That is a huge increase from just the 300,000 buildings that we had on the map in 2017. This progress would have taken years if we just used traditional techniques. And you know, it's heartening to see that Filipinos are happy with the improvements that we've been making. In the past 2 years alone, usage of Google Maps in the Philippines has already doubled. And in fact, it's true that indeed more of our country can now be found on Google Maps. I'm sure we were all excited to see the newly reopened Boracay last October. Well, today, I'm happy to announce that working together with the Department of Tourism and the Municipality of Malay, we've updated our Street View imagery of Boracay. So now anyone, no matter where they are, can explore and appreciate one of the world's most beautiful beaches. And with the beauty of our country visible to all, we hope to contribute positively to the tourism industry. But it's not just tourism that fuels our economy. On a day-to-day basis, Filipinos need to be productive and mobile. But with Manila being one of the most congested cities in the world, getting around has become a daily struggle. On average, Filipinos spend 16 days a year stuck in traffic. According to a 2017 study done by the Japanese International Cooperation Agency, this translates to 4.1 billion pesos in lost productivity every single day. And that is why we've built new features into Google Maps to help Pinoys get to where we need to go faster and safer. Recently, we launched a navigational mode that helps motorcycle drivers travel the streets quickly and safely. With motorcycle mode, you'll see route options for your trips that use a shortcut which may not be accessible to cars. You'll see customized ETAs that reflect the differences in how motorcycles move versus how cars move, and you'll get turn-by-turn navigation. This feature is already available for all motorcycle drivers on Android phones, and today we're starting to roll out to motorcycle drivers on iOS phones as well. But what about car drivers? How can we help make your daily drive a little less stressful, especially on that one day of the week that we all dread, coding day? In a few weeks, we're integrating Metro Manila number coding into Google Maps. So when you, thank you. Finally. So when you enter into Maps your assigned coding day, we'll find you a route that gets you to your destination while avoiding those restricted roads. But if the only possible route must use a restricted road, we'll let you know well beforehand. And we are working very closely with the MMDA on this feature to ensure that the number coding rules are always accurate and updated. So hopefully this makes your coding day a little less stressful. Now please join me as I welcome Eves onto the stage, who will show us how this feature will work.
Thank you, Nika. Hi, everyone. I'm Eves. I head public policy and government relations for Google in the Philippines. 8 years ago, I was actually the traffic director for the Metro Manila Development Authority, and one of the most frequent concerns from motorists, friends, and family was, where can I pass when it's my coding day? So you can imagine how excited I am to show you this new feature that's coming soon to Google Maps. Let's begin. So I'm gonna open Maps. I made a promise to a friend of mine named James Deacon, you might know him, that right after Google for Philippines, I'm gonna show him this new feature, and he's really excited about this. So I'm gonna press go. And you'll see that there's a very prominent notification where you'll be allowed to input your number coding day. So let's press that button. And so it shows Monday, 1, 2, Tuesday, 3, 4, and so on. So before I save my number coding day, let's see where Maps will route me if I actually just press the button and not tell Maps that I'm coding today. So you can see that I need to meet up with James in Alabang Town Center. And going there from the Google office in BGC, I need to pass EDSA and C5. Now, unfortunately, I'm coding today. My car ends with number 5, and so I'm not going to be allowed to pass through EDSA and C5. So can Google Maps help me find a route that does not pass through a restricted road? Let's see. So I'm going to save my coding as 5 and 6, save, and then I'm going to press Alabang Town Center. As you can see, Google Maps found me a route that does not pass through any restricted route. It passes through the internal roads of the gig, which it knows does not have number coding, passes through some service roads, ultimately getting me to my final destination. So I get to my destination, I get to meet up with James, and I don't need to violate the number coding rule. So it's that simple. With number coding on Google Maps, we're super excited that all Metro Manila motorists will soon have a tool to guide them through Metro Manila on their number coding day. And we're super excited to launch this to everyone this March. Thank you.
Thank you, Eves. So guiding cars on coding days, helping motorcycle drivers travel through traffic, and mapping more of our beautiful country are just some of the ways that Google Maps hopes to help Filipinos. And we are deeply committed to this because we know that when more roads, buildings, and businesses can be found on the map, communities come alive and opportunities arise in places that we never even thought possible. We are excited and very proud to work with you as we all work towards inclusive economic growth for our country. Thank you. I'd now like to invite Garat Santos Ontiveros, Industry Head for Google Philippines.
Thank you, Nika. Good morning. My name is Gara Santos Ontiveros, and I come here today as a proud champion of the Pinay potential. The Philippines is one of the best places to be a woman. In a report from the United Nations Development Program, they ranked us second in APAC and 8th country in the world with the smallest gender gap. Right? But a small gender gap does not mean that there is no gap. The labor participation of females in our country is 25% lower than that of males. In effect, what that means is that the GNI per capita contribution of females in our country is 40% lower than that of males. That gender gap actually becomes even more felt when a woman becomes a mother. Opting to stay behind to take care of the family, she loses access to opportunities to contribute financially to the family. To close this gender gap, we looked at the insights that we uncovered through our ethnography research, and we found that the Filipino woman constantly recalibrates and re-strategizes on a daily basis to see whatever opportunities is in front of her, big and small, and what she can do with it. We have a word for this in Tagalog. I think Simon mentioned it earlier. Discarte. So she uses discarte. The closest word in English would be ingenuity, the art of turning limitations into opportunities.
Ako si Joanne. Isa akong housewife.
Ang pangarap ko bilang nanay ay ang makatapos lahat ng mga anak ko. Kung ano yung hindi ko naabot, gusto kong maabot nila ang mga pangarap nila. Minsan naisip ko, ano kayang pwede kong gawin para makadagdag sa income namin? Sa Pilipinas, puro basura talaga. Kaya dito sa mga kalye, napupulot agad yung basura. Naisip ko,
May gamit pa siguro ang basura. Nanood ako ng mga YouTube videos para matuto gumawa ng crafts. Doon ako nagsimula gumawa ng mga recycled crafts.
dahil alam ng mga tao dito na gumagawa ako ng recycled crops. Madalas, nagre-request sila.
Kaya bumabalik ako sa YouTube. Madami kasi akong natutunan na bagong design, mga bagong ideya para sa mga susunod kong gagawin.
Naging paraan din siya para kumita ko. Itong maliit na ginagawa ko, makakatulong ito na mapagtapos ko ang mga bata. Hindi ko akalain na yung natututunan ko sa YouTube, sobrang laki pala ng magiging epekto sa buhay ko. Sana malaman din ng ibang babae na pwedeng magbago ang buhay nila. Dahil sa mga natututunan ko, nagkaroon ako ng tiwala sa sarili ko. Para sa mga babaeng tulad ko, laging may paraan basta willing tayong matuto. Para matuto ng bagong paraan, para iangat ang kabuhayan, para sa pagbabago ng lipunan. Mga oportunidad na walang hanggan para sa ating mga Pilipina.
In addition to Joanne, let's take a closer look at moms from different parts of our country. But first, from the bottom of my heart, I would like to say maraming salamat sa inyo, Antoinette, Audrey, and Josephine. I know that you guys are here with us today. Thank you for allowing us to share inspiring stories today. So let's start with Antoinette. A manicurist since she was 16 years old, Antoinette has always dreamed of starting her own beauty salon. But she lacked the resources to actually put up an actual physical establishment, and she also needed to refine her skills, especially to keep up with the newer hair services and the newer nail services and makeup trends. In YouTube, she found the help she needed. She's constantly updating herself with what's new on makeup trends and her services, and over time, through the help of YouTube, she was able to turn her dream into reality. From offering manicures and pedicures, she is now offering hair and makeup services in her very own beauty salon. And here, we see her catching up on the latest trend, the Brazilian blowout. Next, we have Audrey. Audrey is a mother of two, and she's also very entrepreneurial. To stay close to her family, she's decided to augment the family income in multiple ways. One of them is to put up a food cart, which she claims YouTube helps her manage. What started as a simple search for how to cook fishbowl sauce is now one of the more prominent food stalls in the town of Cuenca. And she refers to YouTube to make sure that she offers variety in her food stall. So now she's also offering hamburgers, flying saucer sandwiches, you can check that out later, tacos, and nachos. Lastly, we have the story of Josephine. Josephine is also a mother of two and a self-taught DIY enthusiast. It started 2 years ago when they were renovating their home, and one of her kids actually showed her how to use YouTube. After one suggested DIY video, she was on a roll. YouTube basically fueled and inspired a lot of her projects. Her garden is lined with different types of special plant pots. Her living room has tools made out of upcycled tires colored in with colorful rope wrapped around it. And her vase, her flower vase, is also handmade from magazine paper. All of these she learned from YouTube, and now she's excited about the possibility of turning this into a business one day. There are millions more of these stories all over the Philippines. Through their stories, we learned that Discarte has gone digital. Women are turning to the internet to connect them to opportunities. This inspired us to actually create the program called Digiscarting Pinay. Digiscarting Pinay is a program that believes that when you uplift women, you uplift the entire household. The program aims to provide a destination for women to learn various skills at her own time, in her own pace. This is a very critical insight. because it allows her to learn new skills while balancing the various roles that she has to play in society. With new skills, Pinays can create livelihood opportunities and generate additional income to augment the family, what the family needs. And we want to empower her to do this in the comforts of her own home. A Grow with Google and Women Will initiative, this program will come to life via a YouTube channel that curates local language video content around various skill areas through the help of our partners, NGOs, government agencies, brands, and YouTube creators who believe in the cause. I'd like to acknowledge our content partners who have already committed to join us in this program. TESDA, as the official government agency tasked to manage and supervise technical education and skills, will provide the content on their e-learning program in the channel. The Philippine Commission on Women, as the official government agency tasked to recommend measures for the full integration of women for economic, social, and cultural development, will help ensure that all content under this program is gender sensitive, promotes equality, and protects the best interests of women. Kasyalo will be providing 8 financial literacy modules, enabling Pinays to do financial planning management as well as develop entrepreneurial skills and behavior. Unilever, through NOR, will be providing 2 modules, a set of recipes that can help new home cooks divided into easy and intermediate skill levels. Further to this, the brand is developing a 21-day recipe program aimed at solving the problem of undernutrition through recipes that are easy, nutritious, and most importantly, under 25 pesos per meal. Coca-Cola Philippines, through their Sari-Sari Store Training and Access to Resources program, will contribute their training content to help women micro-retailers manage their business successfully. And last but not least, our YouTube creators, our very own YouTube creators, Bianca Gonzalez and Team Laika, will contribute their content to build up one's life skills for Bianca, and practical tips on English grammar, techniques on math, how to get hired, how to pass the civil service exams for Laika. Thank you so much for your contribution. Digiscarting Pinay believes that learning has no limitations, and skills that were once only for women like baking and cooking, or skills like plumbing and car maintenance that are traditionally for men, will be made available into this YouTube channel. We will provide upskilling content across different categories with the help of our partners, ranging from family nutrition, financial literacy, beauty, fashion, to STEM, coding, and technical skills. But this is just the beginning. Our next focus area is to integrate this into our interactions with offline face-to-face trainings. We are already in talks with prospective partners who has the reach and the scale in the Philippines in order to do this. So look forward to that. We all know the proverb that goes, give them fish and you feed them for a day. Teach them to fish and you feed them for a lifetime. Join us in our cause to help women in the Philippines discover their own Digiscarte. Just like Joanne in the video we saw earlier, who in finding her Digiscarte also found self-belief, tiwala sa sarili, and a strong sense of control that there is a clear path. In her words, may paraan towards her ambitions and dreams. With just the simple idea of making helpful content more available to her across many more skill areas to open her up to boundless opportunities, we all can make a huge difference in closing in on this gender gap in the Philippines. Thank you so much. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce to you Gabby Rojas, Head of Marketing for Google Philippines.
Hello everyone, magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Pero before I begin, who wants to see Simon back on stage this morning? Let's give Simon a good Filipino welcome. Let's welcome him back on stage.
All right. Okay. Thanks, Gabby. Okay, so our networking crew assure me that they've fixed some of the glitches that I experienced earlier. Anyway, would you all like to see the demo? Should we give it a try? Okay, let's give it a try. All right. So, here I am on that web page, and it looks like it's working. It's just as easy as pushing that play button, as I was saying, to have Google read web pages back to you. So let's try it. Make sure the volume's turned up.
Pintor na nakatira sa kalsada sa Ermita, hinahangaan sa kanyang obra. Na-publish ng gmainetwork.com. Nag-viral ang larawan ng isang pintor na nakatira sa kalsada kasama ang kanyang mga obra matapos umani ng papuri sa mga netizens ayon sa ulat ng unang balita ng GMA News nitong Martes.
Awesome. It worked. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. With Google Go, you can actually scroll pages, tap to play different sections of the page.
Habang nagja-jogging ang photographer na si Kel Navarro,
skip around and so on. So hopefully, we hope this makes using the internet much easier for people if they find it hard to read long-form content, or if really they're just in a situation where being hands-free is the right way to consume the internet. Anyway, this is running out in the back in the demo stalls, so really hope you will get a chance to give it a try. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Okay, replay. Good afternoon, everyone. Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. I'm Gabby Rojas from Google Philippines. Before my wife and I joined Google Philippines, we were actually working as OFWs for 6 years. And over those 6 years, nakita nyo naman, ang pareho naming anak ay pinanganak sa ibang bansa. Until noong 2018, we finally decided, like most OFWs, it's actually time to come home. So 2018 was the first year that our children were living in the Philippines. And syempre, since first year nila, I wanted them to experience and see as much of the Philippines as I can possibly show them. Kasi gusto ko makita nila yung mga dati kong pinapasyalan. Gusto ko rin makita lahat ng mga bagong lugar na pwedeng puntahan na palagi kong nababalitaan. Pero syempre, siguro yung problema doon, hindi ko alam kung yung mga dati kong pinupuntahan, bukas pa rin. Mas lalo na hindi ko alam saan pupuntahan yung mga bagong naririnig kong pwedeng kainan, pwedeng pasyalan, ang pwede naming pagbandingan bilang pamilya. Pero hindi lang naman kami nakakaranas ng ganitong pagbabago. Totoo naman, ang dami talagang nagbago nitong mga nakaraang taon. Madaming pagkakataon, kumbaga, nakita natin ang mga Pilipino nagve-venture out, namamasyal. Ang daming pwedeng pumuntahan dun sa kanilang neighborhood, sa kanilang mga bansa, sa archipelago at iba pang mga isla dito sa Pilipinas. But there's another side to this story as well. As more and more Filipinos are venturing out, seeking experiences, products that are unique to the Philippines, we're seeing more and more people go and turn to entrepreneurship. These very courageous people are setting up shop because they are realizing there's so much opportunity to serving their fellow Filipinos, but similarly, the tourists are flocking to our seas and our country as of this point. So, and that's very critical for us to address because earlier Ken shared that digitizing MSMEs is such an integral part of our mission here in the Philippines. In fact, it's super critical for us to do that to ensure there is inclusive economic growth in the Philippines. They represent 99.6% of the business population here in the Philippines. They hire 63% of our workforce, and more importantly, they contribute to 1/4 of our export revenue. And they are the backbone of our economy, and their success is critical for us to drive inclusive growth here in the Philippines. But the thing is, for many MSMEs, getting online and getting the benefits of going fully digital is not as easy. As Ken mentioned earlier, only 1% of businesses here have a website. And most of the businesses here in the Philippines are physical stores. What I personally believe is that physical stores, any business for that matter, should behave much like an online business. The reason being is that their customers, whether from here in the Philippines or abroad, are looking for them online. And we've actually seen that increase in searches in our own products as well. So for example, as Ken has mentioned earlier, people here in the Philippines looking for specific product services, experiences, and so on, has grown by 2x in the last 3 years. And this is an incredible opportunity that even the small business owners should leverage on. And we want to help Philippine MSMEs capture that opportunity and actually make it easy for them so that they can focus on what they do best, providing superior products, great experiences, and exemplary service that our Filipinos are known for. And one way that we can really help is to provide free digital tools to Filipinos, Filipino MSMEs. So since 2015, we have offered Google My Business for free for Filipino businesses to use. Google My Business allows businesses to appear when customers look for them on Google Search and Maps. The reason why we launched this is we wanted to help MSMEs have access to these free tools so that they can achieve three primary goals. First and foremost, we want them to stand out on the web. Since their consumers and customers are looking for them, we want them to take charge and take control of the information that's available on the internet, whether it's really about their address, their contact details, their store hours, and also photos that represent what their products and store experiences is like. On top of that as well, we also launched free tools for websites, for a free tool for websites so that business owners can come up with their own in a matter of minutes. Lastly, it's so important so that people looking for them online are constantly updated on their latest products, promotions, and services. So we actually came out with a post feature that instantly comes out on Google Search and Google Maps. The second key thing that we want them to achieve is how that they can engage with their customers. So we rolled out other free tools as well, wherein when you're in Google Search and Google Maps, it's actually possible for customers with just a click to actually call these businesses directly. For example, if you have more questions, it's always good to actually talk to the business owners themselves. It's good for the relationship. On top of that, customers who've gone to these stores, who've experienced the products, can actually post their helpful reviews that would actually, hopefully, encourage other customers to drop by. And also, lastly, we've put in Q&A features because we all know that there are certain questions that people always ask about these certain businesses, and it's always good to have users actually contribute the questions and the answers that's easily accessible for all. And lastly, the third tool I want to highlight is that we've also provided an insights feature. And this is just for the business owner themselves. With the insights feature, it's actually possible for the business owners to see how their customers are discovering them, how their customers are interacting with them. Are they calling? Are they looking at my business hours, and so on and so forth? It's absolutely critical for these business owners to stay informed so that they know how to maximize their presence online. And just to see the impact of Google My Business for local businesses, I wanted to share with you one story, and this is about Mount Cloud.
I'm Felice Perez. Books have always been close to my heart. I grew up surrounded by books. The stories in Philippine literature are about us, our life, right? And people need to be able to find themselves in stories. We looked at bookshops all over the Philippines and we realized there wasn't really much space for Philippine literature. We thought about it, and it was our dream with my sister, Padma, to open a shop. The first day it was great, the first month maybe, and then it kind of settled into being a real business now, where we realized where are the people that are buying books? No one was buying books. So we had to figure out how to get people to buy books. We realized that we wanted a pin for the location. We found Google My Business and we registered so that we could manage that pin ourselves. We became more visible. It got us out there. People started to see the bookshop. Good reviews really help because we can see areas that they really like that maybe we could work on to improve the experience. We've become a tourist destination, so a lot of people come and visit. It's a community. That's what Mount Cloud is now. One of our customers told us that coming to the bookshop is like coming home. And that's one of the things that we really want to be. We want to be a home for Filipinos to come find their literature and their identity.
Thank you so much. I hope you appreciated the story of Mount Cloud, and when you visit Baguio this year, please feel free to visit their store. So, Mount Cloud is just one of the stories that we can impart, wherein MSMEs are benefiting from going digital. And there are many more that we can discover as we move forward in the next few years. In an effort to help more MSMEs benefit from Google My Business, it's our pleasure to have collaborated with the Department of Tourism and the Department of Trade and Industry. First and foremost, in 2018, we worked with the Department of Tourism to train their tourism accreditation officers on Google My Business. As we all know, tourism is absolutely integral for us to drive economic growth in the countryside in the Philippines. So the tourism industry officers were trained in terms of what the benefits of Google My Business are, so that they can impart this knowledge to tourism-related businesses as well. So hopefully, with this effort and collaboration, we'll see more tourists flock to these destinations. On top of that, we also worked with the Department of Trade and Industry. We went nationwide with the DTI through their Philippine Training Center to train over 1,300 MSMEs across the Philippines in 2018. This involved teaching these MSMEs on what the benefits are of going digital, and also shared with them the free business tools that are available on Google My Business. Now in 2019, in an effort to help more MSMEs benefit from Google My Business, it's our pleasure to now also collaborate with PLDT Enterprise. Thank you. Their goal of helping MSMEs grow and digitize is pretty much lined up with ours. To use Google My Business, typically an owner would usually need to sign up for Google My Business, and Google will need to send them a postcard so that we're ensuring that the information is accurate and that they are pinned to the right location. Now, with PLDT Enterprise, this collaboration will add more ways for MSMEs to learn, sign up, and get verified on Google My Business via PLDT Enterprise nationwide. This collaboration helps MSMEs who may not be familiar with going digital and using Google My Business get the most out of these free service. So at this point, I'd like to call on the stage Undersecretary Roel Barba of the Department of Trade and Industry, representing Secretary Ramon Lopez, to talk about the work we've done together in 2018 and new collaborations coming our way in 2019. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. On behalf of Secretary Ramon Lopez, I was hoping to see him in the Boracay slide earlier and in the experience zone. Unfortunately, I didn't see him. Maybe he's on his flight back to Manila. We wish to thank Google for partnering with us in creating better businesses, especially as we develop our micro, small, and medium enterprises, or MSMEs. This is in line with President Rodrigo Duterte's mandate to promote MSMEs to create inclusive growth for our people, especially in the countryside. Innovation has always been a key factor in the push of the Department of Trade and Industry to promote trabaho, negosyo, kabuhayan at consumer, which is a partnership with the Department of Labor and Employment. Through innovation, we can empower both our industries and MSMEs to give them the competitive edge needed to thrive in today's global market. This, in turn, would generate more decent jobs and employment for our people. That's why it's quite timely that DTI will be collaborating with Google to create a level playing field for our MSMEs through technological solutions like Google My Business. And with this partnership, our MSMEs will now have the support of a global tech giant like Google to promote their products and services online. And it's all for free. MSMEs won't need to pay for its use, and there will be no or only limited public funds used in the venture. Thanks to GMB, our MSMEs can now sell their products via the many services of Google. This initiative is the first ever Google for Philippines event, and it will have Google working with our negosyo centers, numbering about 1,049 as of today, in assisting our MSMEs to digitize their business information. With our network of more than 1,000 negosyo centers powered by the connectivity provided by DICT, we are confident that Google can reach our MSMEs throughout the country. By ensuring the presence of our MSMEs in the digital space, we can help them advance their businesses and generate more growth opportunities for them. This would give them a fighting chance in today's digital economy and enable them to better the quality of their lives. Thank you, and mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Thank you, Yusek Barba. Of course, please kindly stay on stage, and Sir Ken. We would like to take this opportunity to take photos. First, we would like to call on our PLDT reps and DTI reps with Sir Ken Lingan. Ernesto Alberto, Chief Revenue Officer of PLDT Smart. Juan Victor Hernandez, Senior Vice President, Enterprise Business of PLDT Smart. Again with Sir Ken Lingan. Hello, good morning. Like to call on stage at this point. Sir Ken, I'm sorry, you're the man of the hour. You are staying for every picture. Okay, DOT Yusek Art Bongkato. Yusek, yes, please join Sir Ken on stage for a photo op. Thank you very much. Next photo with Sir Ken. I think it's your birthday. So when's your birthday? Happy birthday! So many people went to your party. For Digiscarting Pinay, we would like to call Tess, the Executive Director, Luz Amponin, and PCW Commissioner, Noreen Capili, to join us on stage for a photo. Jedo Enriquez, Unilever Nor. We would like to call Jan Angelique Maranilla of Team Laika, Hamilton Anguben of G Cashalo, Win Hart of Coca-Cola Philippines, with of course Sir Ken Lingan. We would like to call back on stage all our speakers for today. With Sir Ken still, we would like to call Mahesh, Simon, Stacy, Nika, Gara, and Gabby. Joining our speakers on stage for our final photo op, we would like to call on stage the one and only Sir MVP. Kindly join us for a photo on stage. We would also like to call back on stage Secretary Eliseo Mijares Rio, Secretary Belio, and once again, Yusek Roel Barba for our final photo op. Of course, we would like to join them for the picture cabinet Secretary Nograles. Please come up on stage. And Yusek Art Bongcado. And Chairperson Alicia De La Rosa. Good morning, ma'am. Join them on stage, Sir Rajan. Please join them, Vice President. Yes. Hi, sir. Sorry. Good morning. Please join them on stage. Just to add one more, sorry, Yusek John Naga, please join the photo. Yusek, there you go. Filipinos love taking pictures. Yes, it's in our culture. Thanks, everyone. One big smile. Big round of applause for Team Google Philippines and all our partners from the government and the private sector. Thank you very, very much for your support. Thank you. Okay, the announcements are not over. Actually, we have something big for all of you. Thank you, sir. Connecting Filipinos to opportunities, that is Google's commitment to the Philippines. So once again, to wrap this all up, we have Google Philippines Country Manager Ken Lingan.
Thank you, Bianca. So thank you once again for joining us in our first ever Google for Philippines event. And the announcements that we've made today are all part of our ongoing commitment in bringing the best of Google, technology, and services here in the Philippines. So Google is fully committed in driving inclusive growth, and we really believe that technology can really play a big role on making this happen. We have expressed this commitment under 3 pillars. The first is all about access, helping millions of Filipinos to come online. Second is about helpful and local content, which is all about providing Filipinos with relevant tools to maximize opportunities and productivity. And lastly, it's all about digitizing businesses, particularly helping MSMEs to grow their business online. We have made 6 products announcements today. We have Google Station, which is the upcoming launch of free, open, and high-quality public Wi-Fi in partnership with Smart Wi-Fi. We also have the launch of Google Go, which is our AI-powered all-in-one app that is really designed for the first-time smartphone users. We also have the launch of Jobs on Google Search, which is now going to make it easy for Filipinos to find those jobs that really match them, making it much more customized and much easier. The fourth one is all about Google Maps launching the feature of number coding. So it's now easier for you to find, to get to the destination, but at least avoiding the routes, especially during your number coding days. We also have the launch of Digiskarting Pinay, which is which is really powered by YouTube. This is a collaboration both on public and private on developing helpful content that will improve the skills of Filipinas and hopefully close that income gap. And lastly, we have our Google My Business verification partnership. This is a good way to make small businesses, make it easier for them to verify their GMB listings. So thank you again to PLDT Enterprise, DTI, and DOT for taking part with us on this initiative. So given that you're here today, we are all excited to invite you. You will have the chance to be among the first to see and experience our product launches today, which will be in our Sunbox area on the hall beside this. So we'll do this in just a few minutes, and we are very excited about this announcement, and hopefully, through these initiatives, we are doing our part on nation building. Para sa bayan, para sa lahat. And we would like to thank, of course, our partners for working with us to bring all these initiatives to life. And we also welcome potential partners or groups who may want to work with us on the initiatives that we've announced today. I also want to thank my fellow Googlers, especially those coming from different offices, different functions. Thank you for bringing the best of Google to make the products really relevant for our fellow Filipinos. And maraming salamat. Thank you for being part of our very first Google for Philippines, para sa bayan, para sa lahat. Maraming salamat. Thank you.
again for every Filipino. At nakalaan man sa Google ang araw na ito, ang mga susunod ay para sa bayan, para sa lahat. Maraming salamat po. At this point, please do follow our dancers. You are all invited to be among the first to see and experience these products firsthand at the Google for Philippines Sandbox area. The Sandbox area is now open. Please feel free to go at the back to our Sandbox area. I'm Bianca Gonzalez, and this has been the first Google for Philippines event. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the day.
We invite you to experience the latest products from Google for Philippines at the Sandbox area. This is Google for Philippines. Para sa bayan, para sa lahat.